Yo, top Billin. Update on my man Brenton Cox leaving them Georgia Bulldogs headed where? You know. Now you can see here at 1:18 p.m. on patreon.com/committed to the G, where you definitely want to be at, so you can talk dog with your boy. I said I was hit with a 911 alert from a source and was privy to his father trying to get a contact for your bitter SEC East rival. Now obviously I didn't want to put that completely out there and burn a source, because I have more to lose than the game by putting out direct information. But I knew once it came to fruition, everybody would know exactly what I'm talking about, at least those who paid attention, right? So Brenton Cox going to the mighty Florida Gators. Now that's super interesting right there. Now Brenton Cox going to another 3-4 team. Not a big fan of Brenton Cox in a 3-4 defense, but you know what I'm a fan of? Or who I'm a fan of? Todd Grantham. I think Todd Grantham is one of the foremost defensive minds in the entire country. And I think he knows how to get the best out of his players, especially when it comes to pressuring the quarterback. So Brenton Cox will be a great addition, man, if he can get some of the stuff together that may have plagued him with the Georgia Bulldogs. I still don't want to get into all that because I don't find any, I don't know, I don't like talking about stuff like that. That's just me though, right? So Brenton Cox with the Gators, already loaded team right there to me on the defensive side of the ball. I know people are going to ask me, is he going to be immediately eligible and everything like that? We'll get to that at another time. I don't know, and I won't guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to guess. I just like to be A1 with mine. But if he is, or if he's not within the next couple of seasons or whatever, I think he can make an impact with Todd Grantham in that particular style of coaching. Now, Todd Grantham is a mother, right? He's a player's coach, but he's a hard-ass player's coach, and I just love me some Todd Grantham, man. I met the guy before. He's just a joy for football, people, put it that way. With that being said, man, for the Florida Gators, I'll go ahead and get into a little bit of a quick film study since I got all this stuff on Brenton Cox, because I've done so much work on him over the past however many months. All right, man, so I wanted to go back and check out some of these guys who I think need to have big seasons, or we may label them as busts, and see exactly what they excelled at when they were in high school, you know? Up first, as always, going to be my man Brenton Cox, just because I liked Brenton Cox so much when he was in high school. And he was going to play for Ohio State, and Larry Johnson, perhaps, not even perhaps, I think Larry Johnson is the best defensive line coach in the entire industry over the last handful of years. And coming out of a four-man front, which we see, what is he doing right here? He's in a three-point stance and an even front like most guys who play the position in high school. But now he's being transitioned to a linebacker, and he looks terrible to me. Horrible. But let's check this out right here. You see that? Looks a lot better, doesn't it? Looks a lot better coming out of a four-point stance. But still, some of the stuff that I saw, you can kind of see here. You can see him playing extremely high. Very kind of stiff right there, you know. He looks like he's like 6'9" right here. And I won't question, I got a question, probably some of the people he was playing against, although Stockbridge plays a pretty good schedule. And he showed himself to be pretty worthy. But I don't know who this kid is he's playing against right here. But this looks pretty good, man. If you were to say something like that, coming out of a three-point stance, being able to bear down. Looks like your classic 6 technique cat, you know? I said that when he was coming out. 6'5" cat like that, the way he played and stuff, I thought he was more apt to do good stuff in an even man front. But he's not playing in that. So, and it actually came down, I remember, between Alabama and Georgia. So he was going to have to do the job either way as an outside linebacker. Obviously, Brenton right here, same thing for a 4-down line, even front. You can see him with the punch right here and being able to stack and shed a block and get after the ball carrier. Love to see this for him in a Georgia uniform right here. Look at that. Engage. Look at the power right there. And that's something that I actually question right now. I wonder if he's not powerful enough to play at this particular level right now. So he came in as an early enrollee, so he's been in school for a minute. But you see him right there with the neck jerker, eyes up, looking upfield, discard the block, tackle the ball carrier. All right, let's look at some of these reps. Now, this is one thing that I must admit, I struggle to really find out or to dissect if a player can actually play from reps along the line of scrimmage. I get a lot more out of cornerback and wide receiver stuff than I do this, because there's so many variables that go into it with being successful along the line of scrimmage, especially as an outside linebacker. So now looking back on this, and this particular one, he did really well on this, but he's going against Ruben Unijay, and Ruben Unijay is terrible, absolutely terrible. He went to Illinois. I think he's at JUCO already. He was terrible. So, but he was dominating him, and he made kind of a name off of Ruben Unijay. So while Ruben went to IMG and all that, he was just terrible. That's just no. We will never see that guy do anything good. But check this out right here. The spin move warning, hitting with that, man. You can just see it looked like he was very athletic, at least back then, going against like a Ruben Unijay. But he looks extremely unathletic now as a Georgia Bulldog. So let me know what you guys think about stuff like that. All right, we see him working against Penei Sewell right here, who is the starting left tackle at Oregon. I like Penei Sewell a lot, and he got him with the finesse right here. Look at that. He looked explosive, turning the corner right there, running that arc. But then again, this ain't football. You know, there's slide protections, all kind of stuff that happens. You'll never see just straight one-on-one in football like that. He could be chipped right now coming around this corner or whatever like that. Or guess what? He could be lined up right here in a 2-point stance like this and have to cover the flat and then have to dip back inside. So those are the variables that these type of reps don't really account for. But this is a good rep from him right there. He was able to get that imaginary quarterback right there. And guess what? He could also get to the quarterback right there and just bounce off of him. You know? So, I don't know. It's a tough eval. I definitely don't envy those guys with that. Oh, yeah, look at that monster right there. Trey Hill. Holla. All right, we see him going against Will Craig right here, who went to Cal. And you see kind of some of the stuff we see from Brenton Cox right here right now. One of my guys remarked at Committed to the G/Respect the G Code that it's probably a little quit in Brenton Cox. And you can kind of see it right here. He doesn't quite get his way. Look at that. No hustle right there. No hustle. I think it was my boy Les. Look at that. Boom. So he stopped right there. He wasn't first. Always be first, like I tell you. Always be first. Wasn't first. Now look at him. He's playing from behind. He knows he has nothing right there. But some of these guys, man, you put them out there like a Malik Herring to continue to battle. Oh, hold up. Damn, that Ndamukong Suh right there. I bet you wouldn't get a Ndamukong Suh with that type of move. You know what I mean? He would continue to work that ass, you know what I'm saying, and see what you're made of. But Cox is like, all right, you got it, bro. We good. Let's go on to the next rep. Not good, man. All right, one more game with Unijay. I want to say Unijay may have been originally from Georgia or something like that, but him and Brenton Cox toured the country going against each other, and Brenton Cox was just working his ass. So now we see that he toured the country working a guy who was pretty much a stiff. Boom, hit him with the spin move. Look at his frame, man. Even my man Les remarked like that man was probably developed before everybody in high school and just kind of stayed stagnant right there. But you can see him, man. He looks like $1 million. Spin move dope. He ain't even have to bend his knees in the spin move. Unijay is the worst. This man is spinning straight up stiff and still getting by him. Oop, Josh Sweat. Look at that. You remember Josh Sweat? You don't know about Josh Sweat. Look at him turn the corner on him. Get to the quarterback, the imaginary one. All right. I'm going against who again? Damn Unijay, man. He punking out Unijay, man. Now listen, I don't never call anybody soft that played the game of football, because I always laugh at couch potato cats who sit around like them clowns at Rivals calling people soft when they would cry if they got slapped or something like that. But man, really Unijay was straight soft to me, man. I had to talk to this kid a whole bunch of times because he seemed to always been injured. Every single time that I saw him, he was always injured, and he always would be on the sideline by the media and stuff like that. But check this out, man. Brenton Cox straight punked this kid. Look at him. Get your ass up out of here. How you gonna be a club bouncer to an offensive lineman? That's like ass backwards right there. Unijay supposed to be bouncing him out the club. Now look at him. He's like, man, get your ass up out this club. The bouncer? When you make the bouncer lead the club, you know you gangster. Look at that. He got him with the he got him with the club bouncer right there, man. He hit him with the club bouncer when they grab your shirt like that. Oh, I wouldn't know. They ain't bouncing me up out no club. But check this out. Look at that. He's defeated. And he talks trash to him in his face. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Brenton Cox wouldn't do that to DeAndre Walker. Wait, yeah, he did. He did do that to DeAndre Walker. And he knocked D Walker out, man. So maybe we need to respect Brenton Cox right here, man. And look at this dude right here, man. One more. Look, why this dude looking right there, man? Why everybody always scared when there's a confrontation, man? Get out of here, man. You can't be that soft. All right, so let's check out some good from Brenton Cox in his first season right there. So you see him right there, lined up. I guess you could say he's the weak side rusher in this particular play right here. But you see a guy like Walter Grant, when you see that parallel stance, you know that he's probably having to guard somebody. So he's guarding a tight end right there. I think that's CJ Conrad. So let's just watch Walter Grant on this. So imagine Walter Grant himself coming from being a 6 technique type or something like that. Imagine if he had to convert to something like this. Whereas Walter Grant actually came from being an off-ball linebacker. But you see it right there. Grant having to engage, dropping the coverage. So that's just a lot different when you're an outside linebacker like that. But if you see him right here, getting the total rush, your man Brenton Cox, let's go ahead and play it. All right, gets him on the redirect and gets himself a sack. That was a big play right there. It was a really, I like that play, put it that way. I like the hustle in that particular play. And you remember this was a big game. Nobody wants to give, Georgia didn't beat nobody, but everybody thought Kentucky was going to beat Georgia, but nobody wants to say anything about that. But look at that. Look at the closing speed on Terry Wilson right here. That looked pretty good. That looked pretty good, but that was few and far between, baby. You can make a highlight tape from anyone. Everybody's going to have enough. If you play enough, you're going to have enough film to where you can make a highlight tape if necessary. All right, here's kind of a good play by Brenton Cox right here in the SEC championship game. At least he was in on it, right? Kind of. You see what he's coming out of a 4-point stance here. So 6 technique. I don't know why to me he looks a lot slower and a lot stiffer right here, but he had to read the backside right there. Had to kind of make a determination he was going to follow Hurts out of the back, but he did. But look at the play by Ledbetter right here, man. Jedrick Wills tried to cut Ledbetter on the back end right here. Stayed on his feet, and boom, look at the first one to arrive with slow Najee Harris right here. But how did we get to this? This man looking extra weird on an option play right here, speed option play. Look how close he was to Sam Ehlinger. Look how far away he finishes. Come on, man. This is my boy Russell's favorite play, Russell Clark. Look at that. Man, he's close enough to touch Sam Ehlinger. He didn't know what was going on. And look how unathletic he looks when he's running it down. Come on, y'all. And how we get with him playing patty cake with an H-back. Come on, man. You got to disengage and get off that block. It's an H-back, man. Patty cake. Patty cake. Look at everybody else going hard trying to get out there. Even Tate Crowder right here. Everybody going hard, but my man over there patty caking. I think my man lost his confidence as the season went on. If we see this type of stuff, man, you can only imagine what the film room is like. And last but not least, how my man looking like Bambi over here at a 9 technique almost. Looking like Bambi getting squished. Oh! What was that? Look at that, tried to dip the corner. That's just bad, man. It's too far out. Not looking for any body friction. Just tries to dip under him. Squished. Oh. It's one of them CTE type plays too, man. So there you have it, man. So you guys got to let me know, what did we miss on Brenton Cox, or did we miss it all? Maybe it's his time. This is his year. It didn't look like it in the spring game, I'll tell you that, but just let me know on the look back. What did you guys see, and what do you guys see now? All right. As always, appreciate you watching. Let's go.